Good afternoon. Good afternoon. I'm just trying to repeat. You have just been told. Revision. You see, the issue we are having, issue number one, is not that you are not being taught, but the ability to retain what you are being taught. That's a big issue that we have with each one of us. You see, even in greetings, courtesy, we say, let us change, isn't it? If you come to validation, you don't have to get good afternoon. Can you remember what you were told about that? And you see, I have repeated, and then you have remembered there's something I'm doing wrong. That's a practical example of what you are supposed to do. Ni sawa? Ulifundishwa, sio? Na tukawa tunafanya vizuri, sio? Alafu saa hii ulikuwa umesahau. Lakini niliporudia the same question or the same greeting, good afternoon. Mimi sikuambia mfanye chochote, sio? But that repetition, your mind was now remembering that I'm supposed to be cautious in my greetings. You get my point? So one challenge we are having is that, not that our students are not being taught, not that they are attending lessons, not that they are understanding, but one, we are not able to retain what we are taught. Ukweli ama uongo? Wakati wa lesson huwa iko tu sawa. So I'm talking of lack of retention. Mwanzo andika hiyo na uende kutafuta how do I retain what I have learned. You're not able to retain what you learn. Unasoma vizuri, mwalimu anakufundisha umeelewa vizuri, wakati tunapeana mazoezi unafanya vizuri umepata, lakini kesho yake tulikuwa tunaongea asubuhi walimu wa hesabu. The same example. Hata iko kwa textbook, kila siku unaweza ukaiona. Umeandika kwa exercise book yako, mwalimu alikuonyesha darasani. I bring you the same question even with nothing changed. You get it wrong, yet you got it right during class. What is the reason for that? You are not able to retain what you are taught. Ni sawa? Then what is making you not retain what you are taught? It is lack of practice. We have practiced greeting, repeated it several times. Your mind has gone back to what you were taught and you've done it well. So when you are doing exams, when you are doing your revision, take time, read a question, understand, and don't read once. Read again and again. In other words, study it. Exactly what am I supposed to write? As you are doing that, I said, you prick your mind to bring back. The way your mind has brought back the greetings, your very mind will bring back those concepts you learned when you concentrate on what you are being asked. Is that how you? So let us learn to revise more than once what we have been taught. Now, content mastery. Yes, you have been taught, but you look at, when we are looking at your work, there are bits of what is required. You can see it is like this, this could be the answer, but bits have been written and then they don't add up to give a required answer. What does that mean? You did not master what you are taught. So how are we going to master what we have been taught? And that's why we are here, and that's why we are saying we'll follow up this and find out if it is mathematics, how do I master what I have been taught? And mathematics is practice, it doesn't have a shortcut. As we've been doing the exam, I went round yesterday, but one evening I knew the following morning you have mathematics. And I wanted to see what every student is doing. I found you find student X with a book, mathematics, what you had written, the work, an exercise book, and the student doesn't even have a pen. Eyes on the book. Mathematics is practice. Do we have notes in mathematics? Yes, our notes are those examples. Even if it is in your book, even if you did it, do it again and again. Our work is to write in mathematics. When you start doing that, there is a connection between your hand and your mind. The more you write, you'll find that if you're used to doing this sum, even the other time, once you start the first step, the other steps, this hand is able to retain it, and it's able to help you do it. So our revision of mathematics is not by reading the calculations. It is by doing and redoing. Our revision is redoing it again. Even if it is here, take a fresh page again, do it again, and compare what you did with the teacher, or what is an example in the textbook and what you have done. Are you able to follow all those steps as they are from your mind? So do it and then compare again. Next time you revise, don't get tired revising the same question. I'm saying I greeted you 5 times deliberately to show you that if I greeted you more, I'm sure you'd have added something else to that greeting, which you are taught. So the more you revise, the better you become, the more the content mastered. And then you realize that a majority of us are not able to deliver. Some of us have the content, but content delivery is an issue. When we mark your work and we realize you are wrong, when we talk to you, when we discuss, we realize that you are talking the mathematics. But now writing it on paper becomes an issue. So where is the mismatch? You have it in you, but you have not written. That's what I'm talking of, content delivery. So again, when it comes to practice, the more we practice what we have, then the better we shall be able to deliver what we have learned. And again, that still narrows down to doing a lot of practice, asking a lot of questions, and then I say the way you express yourself, the way you reason, write it on paper, because your reasoning is bringing back that which you learned. Many of us, when we are writing our answers, we summarize. Now we thank God for the calculator, it makes our work faster. But again, is it a disadvantage? Because just because you have a calculator, you don't write all your work, yet we said mathematics has to do with method, priority number 1, and then the rest follows. You can't get the answer right if the method you have used to get to the answer is wrong. So, yes, we have the calculator, but can we make sure that the calculator is like our mind? So as you reason, write it all. You want to see your delivery the way it should be on paper. Sawa? Mmenielewa vijana? Sasa hiyo hesabu iko kwa kichwa tu, ukiandika vile ambavyo tunafikiria. Utaona marking points zako ziko hapo zote. Then the other point is failure to get the respective question objectives. Failure to get the respective question objectives, and in that case, you end up presenting your answers wrongly, which leads to full penalty. You have been given instructions that describe this. Construct. You decide I'm not going to construct, I'm going to measure. That is wrong. Construction and measurement are not the same. Though you may use measurement during construction, but the two are not the same. Now you have been told, show that. So you have not proved your point. So those question objectives are supposed to be well understood by the learners. When you fail to understand them, you realize that you have the mathematics, you can tell us the answer to this question is this, but you did not meet the question objective. Let us check on that when we are answering questions. Read, what instruction have I been given? The key word there, words like state, describe, draw, those are the ones I'm calling question objectives. Give this answer to 2 decimal places. That's the objective of that question. Give to 3 decimal places, to 2 significant figures. We should read keenly our questions to make sure that we meet the reason for us being asked that question. And then, lack of adequate preparation. Lack of adequate preparation on the part of the learner. When you don't prepare well, you will not have the relevant skills that you are required. Some of you will realize you don't have good construction skills, you have not perfected when it comes to accuracy and the like. Now, when you don't have the adequate skills, you may have the concept, but because you lack the skill, geometric construction skills and the like. Do you have the skills of, say, using logarithms? What skill are you supposed to apply in this particular case? A number of you are lacking those skills, and they can only come by a lot of practice on your part. A skill you acquire by practicing it, isn't it? Sasa tusiwe tukikaa kwa kuna topic kwa hesabu ambayo uta practice constructions, mambo ya measurement, nini na nini. Ukifanya wakati kwa wakati, eventually you will realize that you are not struggling, but you are able to get it. Because if you look at your answers, I'm saying your answers you have tried, but they are missing links that are now making you miss the marks. And that's the reason we are here, so that we may be able to make the links meet. Then, a number of learners do not revise mathematics at all. Why? Because preconceived ideas. And I know you will agree with me. They may be far-fetched, even outside this compound, even outside yourself, even from within. We have reasons as to why we are not revising mathematics very well, and that is a reason as to why we are not able to perform well. And then we have also seen that many of us are basing on revision books alone. You don't go back to your notes. Remember, when teachers teach, even if it is 5 sentences in mathematics, those ones can cover a whole topic. Some of us ignore that, and then you want to go to revision books which are summarized, which may have only questions and answers. You check if we are revising, you read the answer first, then you want to calculate so that your calculation matches the answer. If we can check on that and revise with including our notes, including our textbooks, if we do all that, then we shall be good to go. Thank you.